Okay. So, hello everyone.
Welcome.
Nice to see you. Also without seeing you.
Nice to know that you are out there, wherever you are.
So usually we start these meetings with a period of silence. But now we will go right into whatever comes up. And then you can experience that silence is here behind the words, is here in everything and nothing. There is silence when there is noise. There is, I'll just let someone in to Zoom. There is silence when there are stories, when there is drama, when there is no drama. But if you are listening to these words, and you are listening to these words as if you were listening or reading some poems, or as you were listening to music, then you can listen in a different way. You can kind of hear silence. Sorry, I just want to fix ourselves. For us. So,
Silence is the substratum of everything. It's the core of everything, and everything appears in it. It's your nature, and it carries everything which appears in your life. That's why it's so nourishing to become still. What does it mean to become still? It doesn't mean not to talk. We simply don't follow the mind activity, which is here quite naturally, always. But there is a realization of the thought which arises, and there is a conscious not touching this thought. And as a thought, as thoughts arise, they pass through, they are gone. And you stay still. No story. And this is what we mean when we say we don't touch a thought. Usually when the thought arises, we start telling ourselves stories around this thought. Go into the future, go into the past, try to make things better in the past, try to punish ourselves about what we made wrong in the past.
and this is the add-on suffering. These are the add-on thoughts. And we have the capacity to see through this, to hear it, and to not touch it. Oh yeah, these are the thoughts, these are the stories. And usually they are very familiar because they repeat themselves the same way. Maybe with a little bit of modification, but it's always the same. So you can stop. And it's never like you can stop it, but you can stop. The job is not that you have to stop these thoughts coming, or I have to stop my triggers coming up. Not that. You stay still and you realize what's approaching you, what's attacking you, and you see them for what they are. They are thoughts, they are stories, they are even made up of then emotions, bodily sensations. And they are just that. They are bodily sensations, they are emotions. And you are much more than these emotions, bodily sensations, or thoughts. These are the three bodies, yeah? Mental body, emotional body,
Physical
and the
body.
physical body. And that's so little in comparison to the awareness that we are. It's amazing. I just heard from a satsang teacher, Helmut, a very good metaphor. And it's not just a metaphor, it's also science. That actually, our stories, and our suffering, which is going on in our head and body, mind, is like, just like one dot with a pen on an A4 paper. And you are this A4 paper, let's say, and this is just one dot. It's just a little bit, a little part of our brain where our whole story lies. It's called a zoo. And I found it also funny, the whole world, like a zoo, is in our head. And that's just a really little part of our brain.
And we think this is our life.
And we think that this is our life.
This is who we are.
But even this, when you hear this, and this is also science, it's already liberating. Yeah, that's true. Somehow you know that this is true. Wow. And then especially, when you are triggered by something, because of course we can sometimes, step into the story and into our roles, and we might identify again with different roles and suffering. And then again you realize, oh, what is this? What am I feeling right now? Oh, it doesn't feel good. I'm suffering again. And you just notice it. Oh, okay.
Being aware of what you're telling to yourself is the first step and the most important. Usually we don't realize these things. These are just stories which are running automatically. It takes us a moment where we stop and go inward to really hear and listen to the voice in our head. What am I telling to myself? Is it really true? Or is it just made up? Is it the worst case scenario? Is it about the future? Actually, no one has an idea about. Is it about the past, which is long gone? All these things are in between you and this present moment. This moment. Which has everything. It's always just this moment. And this moment cannot be caught by a thought.
Of course not, because thoughts are appearing in it. Come and go. And this moment is you. It's not like there is me and there is this moment. And in that the thoughts are appearing. This moment is you. And this your body and mind, your personality, seemingly appear in it. Seemingly, I say seemingly, because if you really meet whatever is arising in the moment, in your body, in your emotions, in your head, and when you really meet them, and you really feel them, not avoiding them, it's never about, spiritual bypassing, then you realize that they are made out of this moment, which is nothing, and everything. It's so funny that then you realize, also when we work with people and then they stop and then they experience, not all of them experience it in this way, but I just say some, that they arrive into this emptiness, that everything is empty. And then the next moment, what they say is that, but it's like it's empty, but everything is in it, it's full. And then they really directly experience, when they say that this is nothing and everything. Nothing is this emptiness and everything is love. So interesting also when you really yourself, you are here, there is immediately love. You love everyone, you are happy because you are happy. Because there are no goals anymore. No goals to reach, no unfulfilled goals in the head. Because there is no goal but this. Only this moment. Not discussing about what this moment is, or why we are here, or why is that and that, but living with an open heart here. And it's so simple, and that's why it's difficult. It can be difficult for the mind because it's so simple. I mean, difficult for the mind, I mean like the mind can never comprehend this. Mm-hmm. It can rest in it. It can disappear in it.
The difficulty is that we usually overlook this moment, the bigness of it. It's too simple. The mind wants something which is looking for something which is very difficult to figure out, to work. Not the simple way.
Not the simple way, like just, like simply enjoying how you are, I don't know, washing your hair, or simply enjoying how you are doing the washing up, this moment, that your hands are moving, what moves, everything. And when you can really be this moment, consciously, so be this moment, which you are, but when you really, you gather all your experiences or all your outward going thoughts, you gather them back here and you say, what is here right now? What am I doing? How is my hand moving? And without discussing it, just like, wow. It's always this bow. In the Kundalini Yoga, there is this Bahe Guru. There is this bow. When you want to translate Bahe Guru from this Gurumukhi language, it's the vow is the vow. Like it's bliss, it's amazing who we are. The He is here. Here, vow is here. The bliss. And the Gu is darkness, Ru is light. So Guru. And darkness and light can be here in this moment. And this is like wow. I love this. This teaching is everywhere, coming through everything. Through the mantras, through literature. Amazing. As I was at the university, studying English literature, also especially in the Irish literature. I mean, I always wrote my essays about, questions of finding the truth and what is suffering, and they were all in these books, and you could really see how many of these writers were already awake. More than, how shall I say, someone said sometimes that, reading literature is like, really like, better than studying any kind of psychology, because the writers were even like ahead of their times with their with their awareness of how people are, because they are always watching what's going on in life. You can learn so much from them. When you really go closely, like actually, really, satsang is everywhere. This can be so loud on the thing. Satsang is everywhere.
Satsang is in you. In the moment you turn your focus inward, satsang is alive in you. In the moment you tell the truth to yourself, and in the moment when you realize what you're talking to yourself, how you're talking to yourself, And when there are no words coming, there are no words coming. Nothing has to be forced. Everything is like it is.
There is something else transmitted here, just beyond words. And this is this peace. This peace that you are. And it's always here. And you can really train your mind to come back here, come home. Always come home. You know, like with a little child, like you can rest here, it's okay. And the more you rest, or your mind rests in this moment, in this peace, the more it even penetrates through the mind, through your actions, through your words. As we always say, then the mind is the servant. And it likes to be this servant, to speak from there. Not wanting anything. No goals. but enjoying, resting.
To have a goal is a projection into the future. With this, you also take your attention away from the moment, from this moment.
Of course, the mind always wants to, look for some goals, and then also it's waiting for the results of those reached goals. That's its mechanism, and it's fine. It's like that. And in everyday life, of course, we have goals. Like we have even like the daily goals that we go to work, or we have to cook, we have to do things, we have to, I don't know, if you write, you have to write these pages in this day, and so on. And it's okay, we need that. But it can come from a flow, And they are never a problem if you don't identify with them. Which means that you are not seeking freedom in reaching that goal. So, for example, if I want to write a book, reaching that goal that I have written that book will give me then freedom and joy, and that will fulfill my life. That's force. Because that's not the freedom you are actually looking for. It's nice, when you reach that goal, for example, that book is out, and people like it, for example.
And this nice experience lasts for a little while. There's a beginning and an end. And then it starts from new, looking for a new goal.
Yes, and it can go on, of course, there are new goals, and because that's like how we are functioning in life. We want to survive and, do things. We are creative creatures. But if you know that your freedom is never in the created thing or what you have reached, but freedom is what you are, then you are really free. Then it doesn't matter what the result is. But anyway, that's even not the point. And it's not the point to realize that you are freedom so that then, you will not be touched by these things anymore. Because of course you will be touched. If the book will not be successful, then you will be a little bit sad. That's also normal. But that's on another level. That's on the personal, in your personal life. Ups and downs and ups and downs. And it's fine. It's life. Like Harald always says, it's life. It's life. But you are that in which all this is happening. This stillness, this silence, this freedom. Okay. So I think that's it for today.
That's it for the moment. Thank you so much.
Mm.